Welcome to another episode of Bargain Saturdays, and this week I take a look at The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Burbank Animation Studios. And I'll admit up front, I have some complaints about the box art. Which, you're like, really? Like, is it lying to us, completely like, this box art does by having a hedgehog, like, looking like it's riding a horse, or gonna be riding a horse? No. It's not lying that extremely. It's just, the Tom Sawyer they picked on the front cover, has, much darker hair. He wears a different outfit. Same thing with Huckleberry Finn, different outfit. Hair color is a bit closer, but, his hair in the movie, goes up much higher, which you can see on the back of the box where they use some, like, cropped images from the film, where you got Tom Sawyer there, with his lighter brown hair, and then you got Huckleberry Finn. You can tell his hair, goes way further up, So, why they picked it differently on the cover, I don't know. Maybe you can argue it's meant to be more like the look of some other works that have been done over the years, or it was just laziness. I really don't know. Then again, that's less offensive to me than the description on the box, where we have after faking their own deaths, the boys go exploring in a cave. Deep in the caverns, Tom and Huckleberry find a criminal hiding from the law. Well, they do definitely fake their own deaths, but they do not find the criminal in the cave. He attacks them outside the cave, and they lead him into it, and then scare him with shadows, and then knocking himself out by running into a wall. So, I don't know who wrote this description of the movie, but it's very much wrong. I mean, maybe it's based off the book, because I'll admit, it's been over 20 years since I read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer for school. So, I really can't remember too many of the details from the book, because, I didn't read it for pleasure reading, like, dealing with dragons, or Poppy, or the Redwall books. So, I'm much less interested in, remembering the details, and, like, it was a school assignment. I had to read this book, because you gotta be cultured on that stuff, like William Shakespeare, So, I didn't really care too much for it. I mean, it doesn't matter to me if it's a classic or whatnot. I wasn't reading it for my own enjoyment, which kind of just ruins things for you, when you're doing stuff, not because you enjoy it, because people are trying to, or people are forcing you to do it. Outside of those issues, I'd say the film's alright. It's definitely got quite the comedic pace going for it. Whether it be Huckleberry Finn, going on about how, he didn't graduate kindergarten, or asking, if a substantial reward's more than 30 cents, and stuff like that, basically showing that, he's not very bright. So we get quite a few jokes like that, or, we get some slapstick stuff with this one kid, this one rich kid, likes to act like he's all that and constantly, trips and falls in mud, or gets easily tricked and being pulled into the river, or basically all kinds of other, shenanigans. So, it's an alright Burbank film. I mean, the colors feel a bit, I guess not as vibrant as they usually are, but it's not bad. It's not one of their best works, but it's decent enough. It's a way to kill, 45 minutes roughly, and have something of a decent time, though I'll admit there are better Burbank, films out there. Till next time, then. See ya.
He was famous because he stole from the rich and gave to the poor.
What's so special about that? Anybody except a squirrel brain knows you gotta steal from the rich. The poor, they ain't got nothing to steal.
Look, that ain't what I...
That's why they're poor. Even I know that. And I ain't exactly the smartest kid that ever flunked out of kindergarten.